the reply, I ain't gotta justify, I'm cool. Tear it down, tear it down, tear it down, tear it down, tear it down. Boosted on my cardio, I used to get the run around. I've been doing this since I had to work at mama house. Tear it down, tear it down, tear it down, tear it down, tear it down. Everybody eating, it's a party, one kind of time. You can bring your mama, daddy, sister, and your cousin out.
It's Week 11 of the National Football League. And up next is Jamel Dean.
Few better places in the country weather-wise this time of year than this one right here. NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25. So out come the Bucs now for their first drive. They're led out by their quarterback out of Fresno State, Derek Carr. They start the drive with White, and right away they're going to stack him up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play, and it's second down now. From the gun, it's Carr. His throw incomplete.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it. Sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. And he wisely will throw that one away. 4th down, so Jake Camarda is out there. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. This will be fielded at the 17. A 55-yard punt that time with a return of about 14. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they will be led out by their signal caller in his 2nd year in the NFL now. That one taken in by Dwayne Eskridge. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down. They'll set up to throw. This one goes underneath to Walker. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. Let's go now. First carry here for Kenneth Walker III. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 7 yards there and a first down. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, that he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. That'll pick up the first down for Seattle on a gain of 18. Walker now on 1st and 10. The numbers for Walker from last week's effort. There isn't a coach alive who wouldn't like those numbers. Well over 100 yards and a touchdown, too.
Partner, I think all the coaches who are in that great coaching box in the sky would take those numbers.
So dead or alive?
Either way, they would take that kind of production.
On On second down, it's Walker. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They give those 2 yards running back, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 10. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Here's Walker, and he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Kenneth Walker with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks are on the board first here on the road in Tampa. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their 2nd drive. And a 3 and out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
On second down, they'll run with White. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down. Throwing now is Carr. And that will be incomplete.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you're coming off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession, it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And they will take over 1st and 10. Kenneth Walker headed back out there. A tough challenge here in this one. We'll see if he can duplicate the numbers on your screen that he put up last week, up over 100 and a touchdown.
We were watching tape to prepare for this game. One thing you noted that I totally agree with, great complementary piece in the last game. You know, they're able to throw it pretty well. He ran it exceptionally, and he hoped to continue that same formula in this game.
Complimentary with an E, not an I.
That's my English teacher right there.
Sticking with Walker on second down. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
On 3rd down, here's Walker. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Seahawk football here to start quarter number 2. They're going to try and throw. Open man is Eskridge. That's complete. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Out of the gun, Walker with it. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 46 yards on the ground for him so far. A good gain on 1st has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he's just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Again, it's Walker, and they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
That run wasn't a big breaker, but I don't think the guys on offense mind very much. They've got a nice drive going, and they might just be luring the defense in a little bit. They could probably come back with a play action, maybe go over the top. But right now, on this drive, their playbook is open.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt, and that will extend their lead even further. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about one-score lead, two-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
Take it in at the 3. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Now the Buccaneer offense gets set to take over. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. They begin the drive on the ground. It's White. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down. Now Carr. It's caught by Mike Evans. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by Eli Apple. And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right, it felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
Back to Walker on 1st down. And he'll be taken down just shy of the red zone at the 21. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They run again with Walker. And he'll get 2 or 3 out of that one as that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard. They'll try for the first with Walker. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside.
Boy, that's 3 points you really expect to have. That's nothing more than lack of concentration to me because an NFL kicker should make this kick in his sleep.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And some room to work. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. First down now, but that clock rolling. The Carr's throw taken in there by Cooks. Touchdown, Tampa Bay! Brandon Cooks, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Buccaneers are back within a score. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. They'll look to throw. And this one too low. Maybe a little over-anxious in the pocket there. He just didn't look comfortable on that throw.
No, he didn't, because it wasn't his normal fluid delivery. And I think he might have had it right. Wasn't really confident with what he saw downfield, and almost felt like he wanted to pull that one back.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Crossing route catch made by Eskridge. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. From the gun, it's Walker. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Throw out wide to Walker. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. 10 yards and a Seattle first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Oh, man, that was close. An opportunity to change momentum. Big play right in his hands. Unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Carlton Davis picks it. And the Buccaneers are in great shape here as they take over at the 46-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. This feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
To throw again on 2nd down. Carr. And a catch right side by Evans. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So on 3rd down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And instead of tying it up, they'll remain down by 3.
Man, that is deflating going into the break. You're in a position with a chance to tie the game, but this kick is off the mark, and they're going to remain 3 points down heading into the break.
Hold the stick. 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Don't check.
Straight ahead, Walker. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's going to get this inside the 30. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating the past the halfway point of the season and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the 3rd quarter. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. Fields it right around the goal line. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. So here are the Seahawks ready to take over on offense. They've got the lead right now in this ball game, and they got the victory last week against the Rams. So some good momentum as they come up 1st and 10. Third quarter begins with a run by Walker. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. He'll drop to throw. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. And the Bucs are going to take possession of the football. That is a tough way to start the third quarter. You get the football open to drive it down, put it in the end zone, and take the lead. Instead, they give them the football.
And I think the key here is for them to not get discouraged. That is not how they drew it up, not how they saw it in their minds. But it's a long way to...
And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Chris Godwin from 17 yards out. And the Buccaneers have taken the lead here this third quarter. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is now 14-10. They got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. And out now come the Seahawks. Here comes another drive from this unit, and Charles, they're coming off a costly mistake on the last possession, an interception in a game that is very close right now.
Well, as we know, they all sting no matter what the situation, but in a one-possession game, that'll hurt a little bit more. But this is an excellent opportunity to make up for it on this drive. I just don't expect them to try and take huge gambles to make up that momentum in a hurry.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. They're going to look to throw. He'll spot Eskridge open left side. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Back to throw here. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. They give him 7 yards on the play, and they do pick up the conversion on 3rd down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Up the middle, here's Walker. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there, 2nd down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Looking to throw. And out route, and he's got the connection to Walker. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another 1st down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. And the Buccaneers are going to take possession of the football. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
They keep it on the ground. White again. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. Carr. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. And that'll bring up 4th down on the big sack with a loss of 5. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, we were having a tough patch. This too shall pass, this too shall pass. And if we kept having a rough patch, he said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get it.
Walker hit and the ball is out. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. He has been a workhorse for them in this game, and ball security hasn't been an issue until that point.
Yeah, and let's face it, when he's going to carry the ball that many times, he becomes more and more of a target for the defense, knowing that he's going to be the primary guy. They'll just send more and more players towards him, trying to make sure they knock the ball free.
Brian Burns, the one to bring him down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll go up the middle with White. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. A solid pickup at 13 sets them up 1st and goal. It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. Back now in Tampa. It's the Bucs. They've got the football. They also are in front here on the scoreboard as we start the 4th. Here's White. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play.
Not a whole lot there on 1st and goal, and that's what you're looking for defensively. You'll certainly live with giving up just a yard or 2 in this situation.
2nd down and goal. Carr. Godwin's got it. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A great play there. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Bucs look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes it a 21-10 game. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. Yeah, the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit. Now a deep ball here, hauled in just past the 50. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And Walker has it. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. 2nd and 3. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be on for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. They'll look to throw again. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Walker once more. Calling a gain of 2 as they're knocking on the door now. 3rd and goal. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Walker. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to 4th down.
And you know it pains them to be this close. And you know they're going to want to go for it here. But they absolutely have to kick the field goal and get this back to a 1-score game. It's only logical.
All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get it the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. So here are the Bucs to take over on offense. They are trying to snap that 3-game losing streak, on top so far with the football here, 1st and 10. And right side, they're going to go option here. And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. When that ball popped free, we could hear it all the way up here. Those guys down on the field alerting everyone of the fumble. He's lucky that his offensive mates picked him up and jumped on it. Yeah, and you have to think to yourself, and I'm sure they've been echoing it on the sideline and into the huddle. Guys, we have the lead. Just take care of the football. Don't make it easier for them to start to make a comeback. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. But they didn't accomplish their goal. They didn't get a stop there, gave up another 1st down. They have all 3 timeouts in their pocket. I think defensively, you've got to start thinking about using them here. I was just going to ask you at what point you think now's the go time? I think now's the go time. I don't think you sit back and wait because they can take a lot of time off the clock between plays and run 3 to 4 and really put you in a stressful. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Running out of the gun with White. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner. And there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game. Has to. You said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. On 3rd down, a run from White. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And he fields it cleanly. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. So all eyes on this Seahawks offense. Down on the scoreboard. And time, a huge factor. They need a touchdown and, of course, the 2-point conversion as well. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. He'll look to throw. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. Partner, you got to like what they're doing right there. Little by little, they're getting closer. Another good pickup. Back to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Walker. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. Very sharp here to start this drive, 3 for 3. Yeah, I like the way he's running this 2-minute drill. Very sharp, very precise in throwing the football. They'll look to throw. Repeated the last play, finding Walker. And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8. Well, they got the yardage they needed there. Picked up the 1st down, got out of bounds. How about the urgency that they have, as well as the understand where they are on the field? Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down. A lot of practice time, a lot of thinking goes into 2-minute drills, even on the defensive side. So now you want to make sure the guys understand. Continue to be aggressive, but make sure you're smart in doing so. Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. Oh, that one's going to hurt big time because it's a 1-score game, and they certainly thought with that throw they were getting a difference-making score right there. This will be caught at about the 3. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ballgame. First and goal, a touchdown and a two-point conversion here are musts. He's back to throw. And this is caught. He's got it for a touchdown. And now in the final seconds, it's all going to come down to a two-point conversion.
We'll break down the touchdown later. It's two-point conversion time. Go to your script, pick your play, and go for it.
They'll try and throw for it. And it's caught. And with it, we are tied here in the fourth. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21-all the score as the kick's away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And Charles, obviously not much time left. I'm curious to see if there's enough for them to get into field goal range and try to win this thing.
And partner, you and I both know the safe calls to kneel and just take it into overtime. But it's also very tough to pass up a chance to win it right now as well. But remember, if you do attempt that, it's got to be a big play downfield and still leave yourself enough time to get your field goal unit out there and kick for the win.
4 quarters not enough. We're all even, and to overtime we go.
How much fun is this for everyone who's watching the game? How much fun is it for us to see this one get an extra period to get settled?
And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. Well, they fought hard to reach this point, Charles, and now what an opportunity. They've got the ball first, a chance to take this overtime win away from the hostile crowd.
And you know, as the quarterback steps into the huddle, the first thing he's telling his team is, remember, we need 6, not 3. So we don't need a good drive. We need a great drive. And this is what they've been planning for. It's time to execute and take it downfield, even against all these odds.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. Now a first throw here in overtime. That's taken in by Eskridge, complete. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. Give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Sticking with Walker on second down. And he'll make it only to the 43, a gain of 2. It's 3rd and 4. Big play here, trying to keep this opening drive of overtime alive. Now they'll throw here, out of the gun. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Well, I know you're toward the middle of the field here, but still, 4th down this distance, you got to punt it right.
That's definitely the first instinct, because you say, okay, let's just play some field position, make sure we don't lose the game here, turn it over in a key spot. But if you feel really good about your trigger guy, if you feel great about him, you might want to leave the ball in his hands and let him work his magic.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Seahawks go for it but can't convert. And the Bucs are going to take over with excellent field position to boot. First throw of overtime for Carr. Forced out, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. Boy, that's tough, Charles. First play of the drive, you're hoping to stay ahead of schedule. You take that huge sack, and now you're facing second and a mile.
And the entire time, you were probably thinking the same thing I was. Either get rid of the ball, safely, of course, or go down. The yardage he gave up on that play, that's going to be tough for them to make up.
54 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
2 minutes left in this overtime session, and still all tied. A tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. What can Carr do now with his drive? Oh, and it's intercepted. Tariq Woolen picks it, and the Seahawks are going to have it with a chance to win the game here in overtime. Just a massive interception there, Charles, to keep this overtime going, and really both defenses now have come up huge in this overtime.
How about one forcing the turnover on downs, because you know that first possession, if you score a touchdown, that wins the game, and they went for it, and they kept them from getting it done, and then the other defense comes on the field, and they pick one off. Who's going to make the big play now on offense that can lead to a field goal that can win this game? And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Out of the gun now on third down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Once that ball was popped in the air, you could almost hear the silence, the collective breath being held here in the stadium.
Let's be honest about it. We both came out of our chairs, didn't we? Anytime you see the ball in the air like that, there is that collective rise, the crowd holding its breath, and boy, oh boy, the moment of truth as it comes down. Man, that was something.
Everything magnified here in overtime. That's complete to Eskridge. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A gigantic call there in overtime, but it pays off with a first down. Walker now on 1st and 10. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. Now a timeout called for by the offense. They'll be left with just one remaining here at OT. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. That's some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone. First down, Seattle, 16 yards, the gain there. He continues to be effective running the football, a big reason that they have the lead.
And I love one of the quotes that I read about him where he said of himself, I love it when a team just hops on my back and I just carry them along.
And they'll get this down to the 10. Well, how about this? The very, very rare tie that we just witnessed. Hard to believe.
You don't see it very often. A bonus period of football, yet both teams go home a little bit unsatisfied.
So that's it. No double overtime until the playoffs roll around, so that means this one ends at a tie.
Yeah, that's ultimately unsatisfying for both teams, the fan bases. Heck, for us, we came here to see a winner, right? Winner and a loser. We didn't get it. We end up with a tie.
Petty don't matter. As the teller tatter, I pray to God they rattle tattle. Hey, what's a rapper? I started off that, now I'm better. I get capital. I help my people to get cheddar.